Nothing looks like to stay the same. You're getting way over your head, and you only got yourself to blame. You can't win, child. Can't break even. Can't get out of the game. Yeah. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
All right, all the Jermaines in the house, stand up. Okay, good way to start off this new year. And this the Simone Biles thing will just not go away. I have no clue why this guy and this couple is making such a big rift, except all these butthurt black women. And now the white women are getting in on it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about are men the prize. I've done a video. In fact, somebody reminded me I did a video that good black men are the prize, and I actually went through a whole bunch of stats. I may do that later, but went through a whole bunch of stats and figures about why good black men um, are a prize, okay, and not necessarily the woman. And even I think there was another woman said back in the day, um, women went out of their way to catch a man. They should look for a man to actually catch a man and actually trap him. Okay, what do you think the pregnancy trap is all about? If men weren't the prize, then women would not try to trap you with a baby or the other things they try to do, or mate guard, as they say. So anyhow, let me go ahead and welcome people in. Toya with the apple, first up. Eddie is second. Hey, Chef Mike, what's going on, man? I say, tried a new technique for cooking my turkey. It only took an hour, and I had my oven available to do so much more. Okay, all right, all right. Cooking turkey in an hour. That's without burning it. All right, okay. You gotta email me, man. Tell me what that's about. Adric, what's going on? He's third. Supreme Pivot. All right, I didn't miss the notification. Maybe YouTube is gonna bless me this year. He believes. Okay. I said, Nanga, what's going on? So, ladies on the show, the View covered this topic today. Maybe just I saw some of it, right? And I still don't know why women are so salty about that. It doesn't make sense to me. H Town Jermaine's Sam C says it up. Okay. DJ B side, what's going on? Happy New Year. Judah's Lion, what's going on? I say men are the prize. Yeah, because women do benefit most. Yes, they do. Hit the like button. Old school swole, what's going on? New year, new deal. Yep, I agree. Louis, what's going on? Pragmatic Prime, what's going on? Hit the like button. Trail, what's happening? South Carolina, Anguilla. I'm taking my dusty dollars elsewhere. I better exchange rate. Y'all ain't shit. Uh, legit time processor, what's going on? In the Old Testament, there was never an argument about how many wives a man had. There was only an argument about how many boys a woman had. That's true. Indigo Flow, what's going on? Harvest 2, Cool Gamer. Hurricane Greg, what's happening? Prince, what's going on? Prince Zachariah, yo, what's up? The most benevolent king, what's going on? Yes, we are the prize. Don Calypso, it's always Jermaine's fault. True. OX, what's happening? So where are we? I'm thinking, what's going on? UNC at Carolina. Dust mites are in the house. Told you there probably is, but hey, that's why you guys have wrenches. LAXT, what's going on? Ninja Person, what's happening? Peace be just in chat. Literally spoke about this with a friend's sister, 23 black woman. She acknowledged that Owens was a one of one guy, and that interviewer led the response. She still was triggered. Of course, she's triggered. They want black women to kiss their ass. That's what it is. But I should spend 20 days in Colombia. Yeah, men, we are the prize. I was. Yes, sir. Leon, good black men need to be defined. Good man comes off as being good for sex or attention these days. You have to define yourself. Don't let them define you. Shannon Green, what's going on? Your thoughts on Harvard University President ouster? It's called Politico. She messed with the money. Okay. The chosen ones have a lot of money, a lot of pull at Harvard. So, that's how you got in, okay? And you bite the hand that feeds you. Jig and D-Bone, what's going on? Deep Verma, what's going on? You can run out on the tarmac at the airport and yell at the plane, at the planes. Yes, they can. I'm ready to learn. Okay, Nathan. Jigging. I debone mine and okay. Okay, it never went back. Okay, as far as Turkey. Okay. Unclear, what's going on? Oh yeah, thumbnail. Yeah, I heard that. Happy New Year from Ray. Hi, Scholar. What's happening? Salty BC. They didn't want him to say anything about himself. The interview was not about. Uh, the interview was not about her. It's about him. I am the prize in the story. Yeah, I heard that. Passport OG. Salute the final boss. Okay. Pragmatic. What's happening? Back from Tokyo. Okay. Should have linked up with earthquake crash land. Oh wait. Oh, made it almost impossible. Yeah, that's true. Should have hooked up with Passport OG. Poseidon, what's happening? Mr. Tolbert with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Dre Day, what's going on? Bo Johnson, Will IR. Ken Seen Red. EA affiliate, what's happening? My girl tried to monkey branch, tried to come back there, landed a six. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Funny how that happens. And women are pissed off with small biles proves they could secure a good man if they put in the effort. And it's called pride. We're going to get into that. Let's see. Dr. Anwar, what's going on? Dr. Goodbar, said Mr. Jermaine Barr checking in. Ah, I'll salute for the ramble. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to uh demystify some of this stuff. Jeffrey Massey, what's going on? Chef Mike says, "Yep, made it all the difference. Opened up for so uh many ways." Okay, deboning the turkey. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Hi, I'm watching for Paraguay, South America right now. Okay, all right, all right. The passport bros are checking in. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see, they had a couple on video file. We're gonna start with, and this is all over the place, man. Because I was listening to all these people talk about this Simone Biles thing. It's really not about Simone Biles, okay? It really isn't. It's really about black women having their pride hurt. And let's start with this one because this is something that I agree with. Okay, and this is an old woman. This is old school, right?
It's the treatment. It's not the oldest, Amber. It's not the good looking one, Amber. It's not the one got money, Amber. It's the one honest.
And not too many of them honest nowadays.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's some good men out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women going bad. The women going bad. It ain't the men now. It's the women done gone bad.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah, it's the women done gone bad.
You a woman yourself.
I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
That's when the men don't respect them.
Ooh.
That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to give your husband respect.
Yeah, that's true. In other words, that's what they don't do anymore, right? Okay. Now she knew that a good man was the prize, right? She knew it. But now this is what we get. Now this is what we get. Look what we get now.
Did y'all see the video I did? Simone Biles' husband says he's the prize. Girl, I've been wanting to say something because she obviously loves him a whole lot more than he loves her. But I ain't said nothing because I ain't want y'all to attack me, because you know how y'all are delusional. Kinfolk people are delusional, okay? And y'all don't want me to talk about stuff. So I didn't say nothing. But when he opened up his mouth with his wife sitting right next to him and say, I've always believed men are the prize, I say thank you. Now the door is open for me to say something. And my daddy always say, don't you ever love a man more than he loves you. And she obviously loves him more than he loves her.
So what? Okay. Have I never seen the podcast of John Mearsheimer and Lex Friedman? I might have. I think you should give a breakdown of how it could serve as a lesson of what it means to be truly black pill. I could, but people still won't get it. Okay. People still won't get it. I said, get him, Grandma. The Dusty King. Uh, but the thing is that that's the thing that's been embedded in the gynocracy, right? Um, the proof that man should love you more than you love him. That you shouldn't put him first, right? Women believe they should be centered, right? I was talking about decenter men. Okay. Now this brand of women have been brought up to believe that they should be centered, that they should have their ass kissed, and don't ever love a man more than he loves you. Okay, which is bullshit, and they do it all the time.
The way this unknown man sat there.
The amount of embarrassment and shame that this man should have saying this, the way that this man had this mindset the entire time that he was dating her, shows why he's speaking about her in this way while they're married. We are talking about someone who is the most decorated gymnast in the world and someone who's on the practice team for an NFL team. Saying that he made her drive, saying that he made her chase him, like he's some sort of prize. I don't want to go Bible on it, but the Bible literally says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Not she who finds a husband, much less a husband who's on a practice team. Men, most of the time, will show you their audacity right off the bat. So if you're not one to catch it, you can be in these situations potentially. I really hope that he does not continue on this train of basically bashing and humiliating his wife. And Simone, you are the prize girl. Never forget that.
I don't. The thing is, they go way too far. I don't know how they get out of that he bashed his wife. They went from lightweight joking because number one that he didn't bash his wife. He didn't bring it up. They brought it up. If you go back and look at the I don't want to copyright. If you go back and look at the interview, okay, they brought it up. It was supposed to be about him and his career. It was supposed to be about football, which most of it was. But they had to. They asked how did he get Simone Biles? How did Simone Biles get him? And he said it wasn't me that got her, it's her that got me. And she agreed. She has been consistent in saying that from the very beginning. I remember 3 years ago. Okay, since said, wait a minute, what are you doing with him? Okay, you're 4'8". He's almost 6 feet tall. Why him? And she gave the story that she went after him. That's been consistent from day one. She said it. All he did was relay the story because they asked. Now that went from them telling the story to him bashing. But it seems black women have no problem loving and chasing white men more than white men love and chase them. That is true, because white men are the prize, right? Because white men are the prize. But what we're going to do now is the reason I did set all that up is because there's something that Ryan Terabin said. Psych hacks, our favorite red pill A favorite red pill psychiatrist. It's something that he said. See if I can find it. I should have pulled it. Well, I didn't pull it because it's in my history. But he was saying something about the biggest fault, the biggest problem in with women nowadays is pride. All right, it's got to be here somewhere. I just had it. All right, let's go to his channel. See if Psychax is there. Here he is. Yep. There it is. Let's go ahead and pause that. Low-level contempt revealed men civilized the world will always be the prize, lovely ladies. Yeah, and that's very true. In fact, it was actually on. It's actually on Anton Daniel. He said the same thing. A guy said the same thing, right? He said if you go to most of the world, right, women know they need men to survive or actually survive and thrive on this planet, right? And said men have made the world so comfortable in the first world that women think they're the prize now because they think things are supposed to run automatically, with on automatic, and they're supposed to be centered in the world because now with men's money and men's work and men's effort, they can be centered, and they think it's their turn to be centered. Their turn to be worshipped when they haven't done anything. See, they don't want to be worshipped for doing the work. They want to Mary Sue. This what I call Mary Sue feminism, right? I'm supposed to be worshipped and adulated because not because of my work. All right. This is Psychax. Everybody knows Psychax, so go give him a like. Wander over, get him like women's greatest enemy, overcoming pride. He actually did a very good job on this. When your purpose is greater than your desire, your outlook is completely different from most people. Jonathan Owen in an interview was consumed by his goals. Yes, he was, as he was supposed to be. Okay, and but women don't see it that way. Okay, women think that your purpose is to serve them, especially Black women.
Taraban, and this is Psychax, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's
give me one if you can hear it.
Short talk is women's greatest enemy. And I'm talking about women's greatest enemy in the context of the sexual marketplace. What is the one thing that most prevents women from getting the relationships they want with the men they want to have them with? It's very simple, ladies. In a word, women's greatest enemy is pride. Your greatest enemy is pride. Everything you want with respect to men is on the other side of that pride. I alluded to this fact in my series, How to Get Any Man You Want. Let me tell you, ladies, pride is very cold company. It will not keep you warm at night. And in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing 3 of the main ways your pride is keeping you single.
Yes, sir. Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to be say it again, white boy, quite a bit in this one.
First and foremost, your pride tells you that you are the prize.
Say it again, white boy. Right off the bat. Say it again, white boy. Go get him. Go get him, white boy.
You are not. At least not after you turn 30. At 30, the average man's sexual marketplace value exceeds the average woman's sexual marketplace value for the very first time, and that gap only increases as time goes on. Believing that you are the prize intrinsically, and not just the prize relatively and temporarily, is pride. It's this pride that motivates you to squander your most fertile and attractive years, the years in which you would most be able to secure a committed relationship with a high-value man, on either having fun or prioritizing your career.
Yep. Say it again, white boy. Say it again. What did Princeton mom say? She said the exact same thing. And what did Ebony K. Williams say? She said the exact same thing. Okay. If you want to lock down the guy that you want, basically get that guy when your value is the highest. Instead of squandering your value, your highest or peak years on what? Okay, on nothing. And then when you get 30, you're trying to get the guy to go for leftovers. And that's why women have a problem with the leftover woman, right? What do they say in most of the world? After 25, you're a leftover. Why? It's because you only have 20% of your fertility left. Only got 10% of your eggs left when you get 30. I've heard some people kind of misquote that because when you do a video, people don't actually give you attribution. Okay. But the thing is, they actually use it to actually disprove the point. What I do is go behind them and use them to prove my point. Okay. So I guess it's a win-win situation, right? But he's saying the same thing, right? Pride, okay? Arrogance. Okay. I call it a pretty girl problem. The prettier the woman is, in fact, Umar just said that to what's her name, right? You have a pretty girl problem. You think there's always one more guy, one better guy down the road. And guess what? Until you get about 40. That's the pretty girl problem.
You've conflated the privileged moment you pass through with your inherent self-worth. And this is why you think that there's no hurry. Once the prize, always the prize. This sense of pride also stops you from initiating. Like, why would I do that? I shouldn't have to make anything happen for myself. That's the man's job. And anyway, it will happen when it happens. I have plenty of time.
Ooh, say it again, white boy. Why should I do anything? That's the man's job, okay? To approach me, to go after me, to chase me. Simone Biles, anybody, right? You know, that's what they're going after her about. You shouldn't have to chase no man. He should have came to you.
Time. Okay, just go back in time like 60 years. Men didn't pursue women.
Yeah.
It was women who pursued men. It was women who dragged men, sometimes kicking and screaming, to the altar. And they did this because they are the ones on a tighter timeline. For better or worse, women don't have the same luxury of waiting around as men do.
In fact, women say this all the time, right? I didn't used to understand it, right? When you date a woman for a year or so and it doesn't work out, she always claims that you wasted my time. I didn't understand it until I actually waded in with fertility, okay? They have a tight time window. They don't have a whole bunch of years to squander, you know, with one guy that's not going to commit. And rightfully so. Hey, it's about business. It's not about feelings. It's about business. It's not about hurting your feelings. If you're not going to commit, okay, I only got so many eggs. I only have so much use. I only have so much fertility. Okay. I don't have time to mess around. Okay. We can, you know, if we're 40 or 50, we can mess around. Okay. Because guess what? I'm not on the same clock. But he's right. Okay. Women used to drag men kicking and screaming to the altar, sometimes with a shotgun. What do you think the pregnancy traps are about? Trying to get a man to commit. But they don't want to admit that. No, we just, you got us pregnant and then abandoned us. No, you try to trap that dude with the baby. Because he's the prize, okay? Why are you trying to trap a dude that you don't want? That's not a prize. Bullshit.
Back then, everyone understood that if a woman wanted a relationship, she had to get out there and make it happen.
Yes.
And this sense of urgency has been disrupted by the twin beliefs, I'm the prize,
yes,
and I have plenty of time.
Yes. Yes.
Generated by pride.
Yes, and feminism. Yes, white boy, go get him.
The fact of the matter is that it has never been easier in the history of the world for women to get access to the men they want to have relationships with. With social media, you can find the hottest, richest, most eligible bachelors anywhere in the world and slide right into their DMs. And if your pics are good enough, you actually might get a response. That won't be enough to seal the deal, but you can at least get your foot in the door. What you do with that opportunity is up to you. And yet, even with this unprecedented access to high-value men, which allows you to safely and freely and instantly connect with almost anyone on this planet, you still don't initiate. And this makes it very difficult to sympathize with women who are single and don't want to be. Like, get off your ass and do something about it.
Yes, white boy. Tell him, white boy. Tell him. School him today.
If you're unemployed and don't want to be, make it your job to get a job. And if you're single and don't want to be, make it your job to get a relationship. Expecting that the relationship that you want is just going to fall into your lap is as arrogant as expecting that your dream job is somehow just going to materialize into your life. Okay? All right. The second way that pride is obstructing your success is that it's causing you to disparage male sexuality. A lot of Western women even seem to find male sexual interest insulting. Like men should be appreciating the beauty of your mind and the depths of your soul rather than your
And most of them only have that, okay? They got souls, but the beauty of their mind. Anyway, continue.
physical appearance. You think that our attraction has little to do with you, like the person inside your body, and that in any case, if we just want sex, we'd just be better off hiring a prostitute. The attitude is basically that sex and physical attraction are beneath you, which is a form of pride.
Yes.
Now, before I go any further, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider sending this episode to someone who might benefit from its message, because it's word of mouth referrals like this that really help to make the channel grow. And if you like what you're hearing, you can also hit the thanks button and tip me in proportion to the value you feel you've received from this episode. I don't do corporate sponsorships or product placements, so I rely on your support to make all this happen. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, this might hurt some feelings, but ladies, you have to understand that if men did not experience sexual attraction to you, the vast majority of them would have nothing to do with you.
Amen. Say it again, white boy. Say it again, white boy. Okay. Ask all those trees how many offers they get a day. Okay.
Like nothing. This is because men can generally get all their other needs met more cheaply, more easily, and more enjoyably with other men. Like, I would rather talk about quantum mechanics and Shakespearean literature with other men.
Yes.
I'd rather problem solve with and confide in other men.
Yes.
I'd rather hang out with and have fun with other men.
Yes.
Like, do you see? Without my sexual attraction, which as a heterosexual man is primed for feminine traits more generally,
yes.
I might only rarely have dealings with women in the normal course of events. And this is really how humans have organically organized themselves across culture and throughout history. Men generally spend their time with other men. Women generally spend their time with other.
Most women are actually boring. But the thing is, they think they were so interested in them that we're actually interested in their mind, and we're not. We're not. Okay. They know that we're listening to them to try to get in between their legs, is what it is. I have to sit up here and listen to you drone on about your problems and your concerns and your feelings so that you will reward me with some pussy. Okay? Point blank, period. You already know that. If you didn't have coochie, we wouldn't listen. Hey, go solve your own problems. Okay? I ain't got time to listen to you today. You know, I get tired of hearing you whine. Men would say that. They say it to me, but they know why they listen.
Women, and there's some social commingling at the end of the day. So rather than see male sexual interest through the lens of your pride as something beneath you, ladies, you can see it as an opportunity to gain access to a particular man who may not yet have another reason for dealing with you.
Yes.
I get that you want to be seen for who you are deep down inside, but spoiler alert, we can't fucking see who you are deep down inside.
That's true. That's true. That's the homosocial characteristic of men, not sexual social. It's important for women to understand that that's true. That is true. That's where we're wired. Men, and this is something that Rom has said, right? Okay. Women won't listen to you unless they're sexually attracted to you or there's some kind of sexual component. They won't listen to you. They won't pay attention to you. They do the exact same thing, but they deny it. If there's not something that attracts them to you, they're not going to listen to you or take time with you unless you're a relative. Stop faking the funk.
What we see is your body. And if we didn't see that, we probably wouldn't be making the effort to see anything else. What's more, we can hear what comes out of your mouth.
Yes.
Now, I can appreciate that unwanted sexual interest is awkward and uncomfortable. I get that. However, if the first thing that comes out of your mouth in response to my attraction is criticism, judgment, and shame, I don't think I really want to know who you are deep down.
Exactly. In fact, that's why a lot of guys are saying the juice is not worth the squeeze. They're not dating. They're not approaching. They're not attempting to even be sexually attracted to women, right? Is because they don't like what comes out of women's mouths and their attitudes. It's not just black women anymore. It's actually white women. I wonder how come men don't want sex anymore. Oh my God, they don't want sex. Yeah, it's not worth it anymore. That's what I hear from a lot of guys. I'd rather get Jergens, my hand, and a video game and porn rather than put up with your mouth, especially after COVID.
Down inside, what's just on the inside is distasteful enough. And the third thing that gets in women's way in the sense of their pride is their contempt for anything related to domesticity. Cooking, cleaning, childcare. Just hire a maid.
Yes. But yesterday, guess what? When they figured out that they wasn't going to get any attention unless they did bring that to the table, and we're not going to just sit them down and marry them just because they're them. All of a sudden, we'll cook, we'll take care of the kids, we'll be at home, we'll cater to you. Yeah. When things get rough and you see that rocky road, you need a soft life or a softer life that he can provide for you because he's going to work himself to death for you. Better give him something and give him what he wants, not what you want.
Just hire a nanny. You think that this is low value, degrading work that in any case would prevent you from fulfilling what is apparently your true calling in life, being an employee. The same women who insist that they could never, ever be obedient to a man spend the majority of their lives being obedient to their often male employers. They trade a family for a paycheck. This is the pride that cuts off the nose despite the face. Ladies, you need to closely examine what is actually so distasteful to you about domestic activities. I recently watched a podcast episode in which an attractive young woman was asked whether she would ever do her man's laundry. And she literally shuddered with revulsion. It was like the question triggered some repressed trauma, and this woman was transported back to The Handmaid's Tale, where a simple act of service was the gateway to patriarchal oppression. It's not.
No.
It's laundry.
It's laundry.
Which, thanks to modern technology, is literally the easiest of all the household chores to complete. You're not down at the riverbank with the washboard scrubbing out the stains with a lie you rendered yourself from pig fat. You're moving the clothes from the hamper to the washer and pushing a button.
Yes.
Laundry is not your enemy. It's your idea of laundry that is.
Yes.
And this goes for most of the other domestic activities. As I mentioned in the first episode of this series, the key to getting the relationship you want with the man you want to have it with is to be useful.
Yes.
And in order to be useful, you have to allow yourself to be used.
Because a man is going to do the same thing. You're not after a man if he's not useful to you. If a man has no use to a woman, she's not going to have him. It's simple logic. Simple logic. That's what Anton was saying. What do you do at home? Okay. Well, really, do you do? If you're not bringing home a paycheck. Basically, you're basically a man for the most part. You haven't been trained to be a woman or trained to be a wife. You're a partner. Okay, you're trained to be a partner. A partner has to go out and earn to be useful to that man. Women forget they have to be useful. They think they're supposed to be special snowflakes that don't have to do anything. Simone Biles got it right. I know what I like. I know what I want. She went after what she wanted, and she got him. She got the man that she wanted. Kudos to her.
Your pride will rankle at that, but that's a fact. The good news is that as long as you exercise good discernment, you will be rewarded for being used.
Yes.
It's just like a job.
Yes.
Because you allow other people to use your time and skills and expertise, you are compensated with money.
Yes.
If you didn't allow people to use you, you don't get paid,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The same is true for relationships. If you want a high value relationship, you must allow yourselves to be used. And to be used in the way that those who are paying,
Yes.
i.e. the men you want to have a relationship
Yes. Say it again, white boy. Say it again.
with, want to use you. And keep in mind that if something's not useful, it's decoration. So ladies, if you don't want to be useful, then you damn well better be decorative. And the fact of the matter is that most of you are not attractive enough to be.
Yes. You better be a damn well 8, 9, or 10. And the 70% of women are 4, 5, and 6s. Okay, 70%. Okay, 8, 9s, and 10s are only the top, maybe 10% of women, maybe 10% if you want to be generous. Maybe 10% of women. Okay, the other 80% are not. Okay, they're average to cute. Simone Biles is average to cute. Okay, she's not decorative. She better be valuable to that guy. Anyway.
Be decorative, and that you might not like it even if you were. Why? Because what do decorations do? Nothing. They sit nice and quiet up on a shelf where they belong,
Yes.
attesting to the reflected status of the man who bought them.
Yes.
So if you want a relationship with a man who isn't primarily decorative, then you have to allow yourselves to be used by him. If not, then you are useless.
Yes.
And the world will pass you by.
Yes.
The things that make a man's life easier and better are not beneath you. They are your ticket in. So those are the 3 ways that pride is standing in your way, ladies. Resolve these issues, and you too can have the relationships that you want with the men you want to have them with. What do you think? Does this fit with your own experience? Let me know in the comments below. And if you
All right. All right. What is it? Pride? That's all you've been hearing, right? Okay. What men can do for you, how men can make your life softer. Okay. That's what Anton was saying. Women are not trying to marry you to actually make your life better. They're trying to marry you to make their lives easier, which is fine. Okay. That's the way it goes. It's transactional, but that's give and take. That's what it's supposed to be. Even in marriage, right? With man and wife, okay, you're exchanging one set of skills for another to actually raise children. That's what it's supposed to be about. Women have forgot that it's a man's duty to actually take care of a woman and retire her so she can actually sit in her home and do basically nothing. That's why that's how come Anton got on their asses, right? What are you doing at home? Now, if you got a house to run and 5 kids, okay, you need to be at home. Okay, and a man will agree with you that you actually need to be at home. Okay, but you grew up being this boss chick and idolizing what men actually do because you're actually competing with your guy, going to school to get your career going, and that's supposed to be the most important thing. And then you think that that's supposed to be the most important thing to a man, your career. He's supposed to get on your program. But the thing is, you are not paying. I always say, if you want a guy to get on your program, pay him. Find a guy that fits your needs and pay the guy. My wife used to say, "Don't objectify me." I told her I can't because you're the object of my desire. The thing is, why would she say that? What if you start objectifying somebody else? I would say, okay, who do you want me to actually objectify instead of you? I wouldn't even say that. Okay, pick me another person. How about I objectify another woman? Guess what she'll do? Okay, she'll jump all over you. I'm a human being. Men and women objectify people. That's what they do. I don't even play that. I said, okay, how about your best friend? Let me objectify her. They serial trophy wives. Yes, they do. In fact, that's something that Diane Williams said in her book. They want to. They want. In fact, Doctor Gigi said this. He said black women actually want polygyny. Okay, they want to. They want to have not polygyny. What do you call it? Polyandry. They want to have multiple babies by multiple men, and basically by having babies by these men and make them husbands, for the most part. That's what they would want. If you look in Islam, right, in Black Islam, right, see a lot of that shit where you have one woman has having babies by 3 or 4 men because and trying to find one that she likes, which basically puts them sort of as a village wife or pass arounds. Mr. Z responds to your morning talk. Rebecca Traister and her ilk has some nerve, like Gigi and said, feminism plus capitalism equals disaster. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, but thing is that see if I can find it because somebody actually brought it up. Somebody found it for me. I had forgotten that I even done it. A lot of stuff I forget I even do, but somebody actually brought it up for me. No wonder I'm all over the place. I'm on the wrong account. Let's see if I can find it. 'Cause I actually did this video that I think I put it in my community tab. That Black Men are the Prize. That's something I did maybe almost 4 years ago. I think I shared it. Yeah, there it is. I did this maybe, and I actually went through the charts. Okay. And especially for Black men, right? We actually went through male-female ratios and stuff like that. There's actually more women than men. So why should women be a prize if there's more of them? Oh, we got 516 people watching. Y'all get the likes up, man. And see if I can find this. Okay. You guys probably have seen this already because I actually put it up in my community tab. I think I did this. Oh shit, 5 years ago. My goodness, time flies. And this is about 5 years. I actually went through a bunch of stuff, right? So let's go through just maybe the first few minutes of this. Washington, D.C. has the sex ratio of 87, which is 87 males for every 100 females. So there's 13 less males to go around. If we all got 100 women in a group and put all the same ratio of males in a group, there'd be 13 females that would be left out. Anyway, let's get started with the first piece of evidence, the first article. The first article we're actually going to look at, and we're just going to look at it briefly because we don't want to make this too long. I'll put the link in the description. Done by an African doctor, Amadou Jackie Kaba. And she looked at the sex ratio at birth and racial differences. And she, why do Black women give birth to more females than non-Black women? She noted that Black women give birth to like 2 to 3 more % females than the rest of the world, than the other groups, the other racial groups. So there are less males born. By default, Black women give birth to more females than almost any other group. So by default, basically, we almost started at a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Even before we actually start losing people. Africa gives birth to fewer males when compared to Europe or other parts of the world. So also do Black women in the U.S. give birth to fewer males when compared to whites and other groups. So we already start off at a deficit, right? So let's go to the charts, right? About how many percentage of males versus females. That's total population. Let's go a little further down. Okay, you start losing males at a certain rate. Okay, we went through the fact of the incarceration, which probably goes for like 6% of the males, and we actually did population and labor force, right? As far as African Americans, right? We're 16 years of age. 16 million of them are Black females. They give you the breakdown of the labor force, and the employed, only half of them are employed. And at the time, 10% unemployment, which is pretty close to where we are right now. As you notice, it's a little. You notice the Black females are almost the same as the rest of the population, whereas white females are less in the workforce. Interesting side note. So Black women have always worked, have always been in the labor force. So there's 16 million Black females that are in the labor force. A population of 16 million, all over 16 years old. So that means on the opposite side, there's 14 million Black males. And the Black civilian population force, of course, is right around half of the 30 million, which is about 15 million. And here's the interesting part. This is where it gets interesting. Out of the 14 million, probably 14 million black males over the age of 16, only half of them, or 7 million, are employed. Only half of them are employed. So there's only 17 from 16 to 65, or 55 or 65. Only half of your black males are employed. Only 7 million of them. And this factor is going to come in a little later when we go to the this other chart. About the same, approximately the same percentage, but more of black females are employed because there's more of them. There's more females, more employed females, right? And there's less employed black males. Okay, so if you get one, a woman gets one, she's hit the lottery almost. Okay, she's hit the lottery. That's how, that's why you see all this crap, all these leftover women. There's a lot of leftover black women, but the thing is, they think that there's a rare commodity, and they're not, and that's the problem. So I actually I did this was actually 5 years old, so it's probably um, that's probably already done. It's probably even worse now than it was. But what I'm saying is that um, this this trying to say that a black woman is a catch, right? There's too many of them. Okay, there's too many of them, and they actually went through and actually uh, mentioned the other gymnasts that got married, like Mary Lou Retton, who's actually more popular back in the day, right? She's married to an ex-football player, right? Um, that played in college. He didn't even play in the pros. Okay, became a businessman. Uh, there's a lot of them that are teachers. Okay, the what is it? The window for a Olympic gymnast is very small, 8 years, and they start when they're like 15 or 16 years old. By the time they get 30, they're done. That's what she said. In 2 years, when she's 30, they won't remember her the same way. Her style will dull, and his will actually ascend. But she got the man that she wanted because she was at her peak value. And at her peak value, that's what she pulled. That's what she could have pulled. Nobody says anything about Kerry Washington, who's married uh, to a cornerback, NFL cornerback that nobody really remembers except he's married to Kerry Washington. She has nothing to say about him. She pulled him. She married him. So as Taraban was saying, it doesn't just go for a black woman. This white woman doing the exact same crap, exact same shit. I don't want to be a wife, but I actually want to be valued. Valued for what? Valued for what? Anyhow, let me see if Doc Johnson is actually has something going, because that's really all I have today. I just wanted to show you guys that, because it kind of struck me about what he said about being a prize, and the value that men have. And a lot of black women don't want to be, you don't want to pay. You want to be valued, you want to be worshipped. Things for what? Unless you that chick, unless you that bitch, right? 8, 9, or 10. Those are trophy wives. Okay? Those are trophy wives that you put on your arm, you put her on the mantle, and you show her off. The vast majority of women are not that, especially what I call the educated fours, right? Have a lot of educated fours that uh, want to be that, want to be what they call it, want to have pretty privilege. Okay, I'm dealing with that in my own family. I'm not going to even mention it. Okay, one, there's women in my family have pretty privilege, and there's ones that don't. Okay, and I know the difference, and I hear the angst all the time. Okay, you're not valued for that. And if you ain't one of those 10% of chicks, then the other 90%, you got to be valued for something. You got to be valuable for something. If you don't want to be a wife, why would he marry you? If you don't want to go out and earn, why would he marry you? What are you there for? Why is he going to work 60 hours a week for the rest of his life and have a shortened lifespan? Is because you because you think you're a prize. Come on. Come on now. Anyhow, y'all, I think Doc Johnson, let's see if he made his thumbnail yet. And Doc, you're slipping. I'm trying to hold out for you so I can pass people on. But anyhow, y'all, that's really all I have. So it's not going to be a full hour today. We had 50 minutes. That's cool enough. Dead Pill Reacts. Peace. So, let's see. Mary Lou Retton, Mary Down, the horror. Very true. And Maggie, send me an email so we can actually hook up with your series. Hurricane Greg, thanks for $10. And anybody else? I'll check for one last second for any cash apps, just in case somebody donated. If you have not, that is cool. I don't see anybody. So at that, I will bow out and I will see you guys tomorrow. AI Art, the crib better be clean and dusted all the time. The thing is, but they don't. What most women don't know how, and that's the problem. Me and Ice Princess were actually going back and forth with this in the comment section. Most 90% of women do not know how. That's what Grandma was actually fussing about. It ain't the men that went bad. It's the women that went bad. You don't do anything that's to get respect from that man, including not giving him his respect. Simone Biles was cool with the story. It was his interview. I don't even know why she was there. It was his interview. He was asked questions about their relationship. He told the truth, and people got mad. So what if he says he's surprised? Big deal. Oh, but you did it to your wife. I don't go around kissing my wife's ass, okay? What happened is what happened. She tells the same story. And she was right there. But you shamed and embarrassed your wife. No, he didn't. In fact, she stood up for him. That's the way shit happens. I pulled him. And she's proud of pulling him. But all these single ass women that can't catch a man, can't keep a man, talking shit. Anyhow, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Oh, hold on. Mental agility with the $5. At this point, these women are just throwing paint at the wall to see what sticks. It's going to be a rough 2024 for delusional modern women. Yes, it will be, and it's going to get tougher all the time. You guys be careful out there because you have a lot of hungry women coming after you. Okay, I'm hearing it all the time with exes doing the reach back. Okay, what do you think on GOF? What is GOF? All these acronyms. What is GOF? I have no idea what GOF is. Anyhow, let's get out of here. Peace out.